At the beginning of the film, we observe a woman opening her eyes. Christine Lucas looks rather confused because she doesn't remember anything about herself or her life. Noticing Ben in the bed, the woman is even more frightened and starts to dress, not realizing how she ended up in this flat. In the bathroom, Christine sees many photos of herself. The woman realizes that Ben is her spouse. Christine goes to the bedroom where her husband tells her about her memory loss, which was caused by the accident. At breakfast, Ben shows the woman an album and talks about their life together. Before leaving for work, the man also gives Christine a list of where all the things are. Ben mentions that it is their wedding anniversary, and they will go out to celebrate in the evening. Left alone, Christine examines the strange bruise that has been left on her cheek. Suddenly, the phone rings. A man introduces himself as Nash and says that Christine doesn't remember him. The doctor informs him that he is in the process of recovering the woman's memory. Nash also says that Ben doesn't know about their therapy. The doctor asks Christine to open the wardrobe in her room. Following Nash's instructions, a woman discovers a video camera in a shoebox. Christine starts the video camera and sees herself. The woman on the video talks about her amnesia. The action moves back 2 weeks. Nash stops by to pick up the woman and says that it's not entirely ethical of him, but there may be some exceptions because of the amnesia. The doctor informs her that he is writing an article on this type of memory loss and therefore is treating Christine completely for free. Nash also mentions that the woman actually lost her memory after being assaulted and hit on the head. Christine has to keep a video diary to preserve her memories of the previous day. Nash confirms his version of the attack with newspaper clippings. The doctor also asks her not to tell her husband about their meetings and not to let him see her video diary. Back home, Christine follows the doctor's instructions and makes the first entry in her diary. The next day, the woman wakes up again with no memories. Christine reviews the entry on the video camera and then sees the doctor. Nash suggests going back to the place where the attack took place. The doctor proposes that it might awaken the memories. It turns out that Christine was found in a sheet in a factory near the airport. Nash explains the sheet as a possible hotel stay. However, Christine wonders why she would need a hotel when her home is so close by. The doctors also found out that the woman had made love to someone else, voluntarily, shortly before the attack. Back at home, Christine records the whole thing on video. Before going to bed, the woman is alone with Ben. This awakens in Christine memories of a strange man with a scar on his cheek, with whom she had an affair. During the night, the woman dreams of hotel room 3050. The next day, it happens again. Christine sees the doctor again and takes the test. It turns out that one photo caused the woman a lot of stress. It shows a red-haired girl named Claire. At dinner, Christine asks her husband questions about her friends. However, Ben doesn't recall anyone named Claire. Later, the man admits that he lied. Claire has been a close friend of Christine's since college. However, after Christine lost her memory, the friend stopped calling and soon left for another country. The woman is angry that Ben tried to lie to her and withhold a part of her life. Before going to bed, Christine pastes her friend's photo on the bathroom wall. The next day, the woman contacts the doctor again and learns of her amnesia. Revisiting the footage on the video camera, Christine realizes that her husband has taken Claire's photos off the bathroom wall, intending to conceal them again. The woman searches Ben's room and finds the pictures. Christine also suddenly remembers that she was pregnant and gave birth to a son. The woman calls Ben and asks him to tell her where her baby is. The man arrives home and calms Christine down. Ben then tells her that their son died at the age of 8 due to meningitis. Christine even remembers the child's name, Adam, and asks a lot of questions about him. The woman takes the loss hard and realizes that because of her amnesia, she will have to face it all over again. In the morning, Christine wakes up from a nightmare in which she is attacked by a strange man with a scar on his cheek. The woman learns about Adam again from the diary and cries. Seeing the doctor, Christine suggests just sitting in the car. In the evening, when Ben comes home, the woman asks him to never hide her son's existence from her again. During the night, Christine has another nightmare. In it, Adam plants a note with a drawing of a man with a scar on his cheek. His name is Mike, and he is the man Christine remembers attacking her in her hotel room. In the afternoon, the woman sees the doctor again. Nash reassures Christine and almost kisses her. Suddenly, the woman notices the name Mike on the doctor's name tag and panics and runs out of the car. Nash catches up with his patient and injects her with a sedative. When Christine regains consciousness, the doctor calls her and explains that her memory is trying to fill in the gaps with familiar faces and names. Also, Nash says they will have something important to discuss. Before Christine is forced to hang up, the man informs her that it has to do with Ben. The next day, the woman herself brings up the fact that she keeps a video diary. The doctor is concerned that he and Christine are developing feelings and wants to refer her to another specialist. Before making a decision, however, Nash breaks the news to the woman. It turns out that Claire has been looking for her mate all along, but Ben has kept it from his wife for some reason. It also turns out that according to the Claire's notes, Christine has been divorced from her husband for 4 years. After getting her friend's number, Christine tries to call her. The woman also goes to Ben's workplace and talks to him about the divorce. It turns out that the man left Christine after the tragedy that happened to their son, but then returned. The next morning, the woman receives a call from Claire and remembers her. The friends see each other in the park and talk about the past. Claire reveals that Ben and his wife quarrel a lot in the last days before the attack. Christine also hid, even from her friend, that she had a lover. Claire says that after the attack, Ben had a very difficult time, especially with his young son. Claire visited the man to help, and one day they were alone in the bedroom. After that, the friend felt very ashamed in front of Ben and in front of Christine. Claire decided to disappear from their lives. The friend apologizes to Christine for the mistakes she made and also gives her the envelope. Claire says that Ben asked her to give it to him if his wife ever comes to his senses. On the way home, Christine reads her husband's letter. It turns out that before the divorce, Ben was very concerned about their son's condition. Christine stopped recognizing the boy. She suspected that he was not her own son. This frightened and upset Adam, and over time he became afraid of his own mother. Ben writes that for the boy's well-being and his own peace of mind, he must leave the family and take him away. Such selflessness and desire to protect Adam touches Christine. The woman records an admiring video apology for her husband. In the evening, Christine shows Ben her video camera and admits that she went to the doctor. The woman apologizes and thanks her husband for his understanding and concern. However, after saying this, Ben suddenly slaps her hard. The man then gets up from the table and leaves the house. Christine calls her friend and tells her what happened. Claire promises that she will call Ben and discuss everything with him. Soon, Christine receives a call from her friend. A frightened Claire says that Ben has been living alone for 4 years and hasn't seen his wife in a long time. The friend asks Christine to describe the man who is pretending to be her husband. Claire tells her that the real Ben has a scar on his cheek that the man got while skiing. Christine realizes that she is not living with her husband. In the bathroom, the woman looks at the photos and realizes that the person pretending to be Ben has just glued his photos on top of the real ones. At that moment, the man returns home. Christine promises her friend that she will get to the address of the house and then call her back. The woman decides to escape and quietly makes her way out of the house. However, a criminal pretending to be Ben catches her and disables her with the help of special substances. It is the next day that Christine wakes up with a bruise on her cheek. The woman looks at the footage on the video camera, but the last video after Ben's punch is not on it. There is only a recording of an apology and a declaration of love to a man. Ben calls Christine and reminds her that they will be celebrating their wedding anniversary today. The man turns up with a phone in his car, which Claire desperately tries to reach. Ben asks his wife not to forget the things they need for the trip, a list for them left in the kitchen. The man then heads to the hospital, where Nash tries unsuccessfully to reach Christine. Ben demands that the doctor stay away from his wife. Evening comes. Ben picks up his wife and goes with her to a hotel near the airport. Christine assumes that today is their wedding anniversary, but the man says that's not exactly true. Ben then accompanies the woman to room 3050 and closes the door. The man says they are here to make Christine remember everything. The woman realizes that the man in front of her is none other than her lover, named Mike. The man admits that he really isn't Ben. Mike took Christine away from where her husband had put her to take care of her. However, the man is tired of the lies. He wants to live with the woman under his own name. Christine recalls that her lover often blackmailed her. The woman recalls how one day Mike wanted to tell Ben everything. Christine resisted, for which the man hit her in the face with a telephone receiver. The woman recalls that it was he who inflicted many injuries on her, and then left her at the factory wrapped in a sheet. Mike is the one responsible for her memory loss. The man stops Christine from leaving the hotel room and says that she left him no other choice. Mike deletes all the footage from the video camera and says that now they will start new with no regrets or concealments. Afterwards, the man accidentally lets slip that Adam is alive. This gives Christine the strength to fight Mike. The woman manages to win and call the police. In the ambulance, Christine makes an entry in her diary again. The next morning, the woman wakes up in the hospital. Christine doesn't remember Dr. Nash or the real Ben, who decided to visit her. However, when she sees Adam growing up, the woman suddenly regains her lost memories. This is the end of the film. Thank you all for watching this video to the end. Give this video a like. Write in the comments what you think about this film, and see you in new videos.